Good afternoon, everybody. I've got a pre-weekend fishing report for you. Right now, my best action's been early in the morning. I've been trying to leave the dock around 6 a.m. and the action is the first 90 minutes is the best action of the morning. Pretty consistent. You just have to get out there early on the stripers. If there hasn't been any wind, it seems like the striper bite kind of slows down after about that 7:30 to 7:45, sometime in there. Starts to slow down for me. Then you just got to kind of change tactics, and then with the clarity of the lake, normally what I'm doing is starting on the cleanest water, and then I'll work my way back to the dirtier water. So if you're fishing some of those main lake points, trying for some of those fish that are out there, once the sun gets high, if there's no wind, I'd kind of give up on those spots and move further back into the creeks. Secondary points seem like they're working very well. Just try to keep your eyes on the wind and the sunshine. The pockets that's had the wind blowing into them, those pockets are getting some bait pushed into it. Yesterday I was able to see some threadfin shad that were spawning right up on the bank. I mean, they were right on the rocks. Bass were blowing into them, blowing the shad actually up onto the shore. It's getting to be a really exciting time. The lake temperatures are anywhere from 62 to 68 degrees, depending on where you're at. Main lake is still very clear, so just kind of keep that in mind as far as your time of day goes. Kind of play into that. There's been some decent afternoon action too. I've been seeing some bass popping. Everything's kind of waking up. I've been talking to some guys that are just pitching minnows up in like 3 to 6 foot with a just with a float and a minnow, and doing pretty decent on the crappie fishing. The smallmouth bass are starting to load up on the points. The main lake points are always great this time of year for the next 6 to 8 weeks. If you're into bass fishing, smallmouth bass on those points is, in my opinion, some of the most fun you can have as far as chasing black bass. You get into the dirtier water, you're going to catch more of your largemouth, but there's some nice spotted bass and nice smallmouth bass out on those flats. Just kind of keep track of that wind, where your wind's blowing in there, and if it's just flat, just completely flat, calm, those are probably not areas on the main lake that you're going to be wanting to fish. Push yourself back a little bit further, and you'll have some action. For me, pulling live bait, bait's still been really easy to catch. The 3 to 6 inch gizzard shad, I've been pitching those. I just take a split shot and like a 1/0 or 2/0 hook, flip those out and just kind of let those free swim. And then I'll run some planer boards with about a 6-foot leash. And on those baits, I run anywhere from like an 8 to 10 inch bait, a little bit bigger sometimes, but that 8 to 10 is kind of what I've been consistently been able to catch. And I'll put those on my planer boards. I run about a 6-foot leash on those and drag those along the sides. And then I've been running planer boards on each side with my my little bit bigger gizzard shad, and then the 3 to 5 inch baits, just pitching those out and letting them free swim on the split shot, just letting those kind of do their thing. Some days the fish are just pushing those bait all the way up to the top. You'll see some fish deeper, 35 foot or so in some areas, and those fish are just they're coming up to check those baits out. If you're into trying to fish them straight up and down, there's a few fish that are cruising around down there at those levels, but they're not sticking around very long. They're on the move consistently, back and forth. So just getting above them, they're not really suspended. So that's not the easiest way to do. Beating the banks, an A-rig or swim bait, weighted fluke, stuff like that works really well, as well as topwater lures. I'm not consistently catching fish every day on my topwater stuff, but that's going to change here soon enough. The water's heating up. We're getting a little bit of rain actually right now. It's going to have a little bit more color into the water, and it's just progressively getting better day after day. good luck to everybody out there. Anybody has any questions, as always, reach out to me. And that's all. Y'all be safe out there. Be courteous to one another. Let's have some fun. And let's be respectful towards the other anglers out there. And we'll see you guys out there. Good day.